As of late, many in the New Right have been both advocating and adopting the deleterious philosophy of the so-called Black Pill. Those held in thrall by the nihilistic tendrils of this ideology posit that hope is futile, change a fleeting mirage, and white racial preservation improbable. This train of thought is crude, destructive, and alien to the soul of European man. The European has dominated the earth because of our penchant for action. Civilizationally, we Europeans are the agents of our historical change, and as such we aren't beholden to the limits which enfeeble other groups. As children of Europa, we are all heirs to a heroic, ancestral past, a past which challenges us to exceed our limitations and to strive for what lays just beyond the infinite horizon. Those who worship at the altar of the Black Pill, conversely, worship a false and foreign deity who is anathema to our religion of destiny. Acolytes of this poisonous ideology often cite that the master of classical erudition, Baron Julius Evola, or the widely quoted Oswald Spengler as being the first Black Pillars, but they premise their contrived nihilism on an improper understanding of both Evola and Spengler and their works. In accordance with Faustian nature of European racial civilization, Evola believed that action, liberated from the concern of outcome, was the key to attaining a transcendental overcoming of the limitations of the self. In Man and Technics, Spengler wrote that only dreamers believe that there is a way out. Optimism is simply cowardice. The greatness of European civilization stems from the heroic dimension of our beings. We are the masters of our destiny, the purveyors of planetary change, because we value action, the action to overcome ourselves and those external foes who would love nothing more than for our race to regress to a bestial state of endless production and consumption. The Black Pill ideology is overly fatalistic, and although this philosophical precept is part of our great cultural milieu, it is not the defining trait of the white racial character. Nihilism serves a purpose. The great Zarathustra himself, Friedrich Nietzsche, could be considered a nihilist, but if so, he was a positive one. Nietzsche believed in a creative destruction, that for something to be created, something else must first be destroyed. His philosophy aligns with the cyclical nature of the cosmic order, and it is in accordance with what we European nationalists value, namely, a return to normalcy and to our people's rightful place within the hierarchy of the world. Fatalism is the nihilistic philosophical belief that regardless of the choices made, that the inevitable is destined to happen. Fatalism is in direct opposition to the greatness of the European soul because it subjugates our destiny to an inevitable, unalterable fate. Black Pillars postulate that the white world is dead, but more often than not they neglect to follow up in the affirmative, that though this world might be lost, our race is not. Those who adhere to a Black Pill ideology do so in a spirit contra to the European Faustian soul. Our history is without parallel, because we act to surpass ourselves and the limitations that others impose upon us. By conceding that this life is futile and that action is meaningless, we are capitulating to the very forces that have the power to propel our people to victory. When a boundary is set or a limitation imposed, we destroy it, for no other reason than because we can.